Hey guys, it's Pete. Welcome back to another video on the channel. This is where we talk about money, finances, and where we give you information to help you make the best financial decisions possible. Today, I'm going to be talking about passive income. Yes, passive income. And boy, it's a popular topic here on YouTube. Just doing the research for this video, there were so many videos that I watched. And I want to talk about the lies and the scams that you're being sold, dare I say it, here on YouTube, across social media on IG, and now even on TikTok. And if you wait to the end of this video, I have some great tips for people who are investing in shares right now that I'm going to share with you that are going to help you massively if you're constructing a share portfolio. So stick right towards the end before we get stuck in. If this sounds like this is right up your street, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's get going. So the idea of a passive income is attractive to many people. I mean, it's attractive to me. Who wouldn't want to travel the world, sit on a beach with a beer or a Mai Tai, and have money rolling in, not having to do much work at all? I mean, if you know a way for that to happen tomorrow with very, very little effort, let me know. I will sign up right here, right now. And unfortunately, therein lies the problem, because there are so many Del Boys, and that is a UK reference. I'm sorry if you're in the States, you need to perhaps Google Del Boy, but if you know who Del Boy is, smash that like button. There are so many Del Boys out here on social media, on YouTube, that sell the dream that this is something that you can easily achieve. And unfortunately, that is not the case. But in this video, I don't want to slay any of the passive income ideas or strategies that are out there. I'm sure many of them work very, very well. I want to stay in my lane. I want to stay on a topic in a field that I know extremely well, and that is in the world of investment. So let's talk about the income strategy that they call dividend income. So the question is, can you invest in dividend stocks to get an income? And by dividend stocks, I mean a company that is listed on a stock exchange that pays dividends to its shareholders. Now, the answer to that question is a simple yes or no. And because of that, some of these Del Boys here on YouTube basically use that to validate their misinformation. And the simple answer is yes, you can. However, there is a qualification for this, and I'm going to give you an example. So if you're using someone like Trading 212, Free Trade, Robinhood maybe, and you're investing in companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, and you're doing it on a fractional share basis, then it is very, very unlikely if you're purchasing a fractional share that you're going to get a substantial dividend income. And there's a reason for that. When you purchase fractional shares, let's just take Amazon, for example, the share price is over $2,000 a share. If you're only buying £10 worth of Amazon shares, then you're only getting a small fraction of one share. I mean, it's something like 0.00001%. Therefore, when the dividend payments roll around, you're only going to get your relevant fraction of the share that you hold, which will be 0.00001% of whatever dividends they pay per share, which in most cases is going to be very, very small. So in that case, yes, you can invest in Amazon that pays dividends, but you're not going to get a significant dividend income. However, if you had £500,000 to invest in Amazon and they pay a dividend, then yes, you're going to receive a dividend payment which will give you an income that you could live on for a period of time. And this is where the distinction needs to be made, because the lie is that you can invest in dividend stocks and immediately get passive income. Yes, you'll get an income. Well, no, you'll get a dividends, but you're not going to get an income that you can live off for a substantial amount of time. You're not going to be able to live on it for even an hour. Talk less of a week or a month. So that theory in itself is flawed, and therefore it is a lie. You cannot invest in dividend stocks and generate a passive income without capital to put in the first place. And the reason why that is important is because I have seen cases where new investors beginning out on their journey have listened to this nonsense, and they've got their dividend payment and they've become discouraged and they've backed out and they've stopped the habit of buying stocks in these businesses early on in life, and they've turned their attention to things like Forex trading. And if you follow me on IG, you'll know that how I feel about Forex trading, particularly people who promise you that if you give me $300, I'll turn it into 10,000 in a matter of weeks. 90% of retail Forex trading accounts lose money. That is a fact. And many of these Forex traders or programs out here at the moment will offer you the ability to purchase signals in the hope that you give them £300 or you start trading with £300 and you get to £10,000 within a short period of time. And I know many people who have lost money doing this. Not saying that you can't make money with Forex. Absolutely, you can, but you need to know what you're doing, and you need to go into it knowing that 90% of Forex traders in the retail space lose money and quit within a very, very short period of time. So the question is, do you have the appetite for it? And therein lies the scam that I really wanted to highlight and just ask you guys to be vigilant, to be careful. Do your research. So what are the tips that I have for you if you're using apps like Trading 212, Free Trade, and Robinhood to get started buying shares, either in their entirety or buying fractional shares? There are a couple of questions that you really need to understand and know the answers to at the outset. And the first question that you need to ask is, what is your goal? Why are you investing? Are you investing for capital growth, or are you investing for an income? And what kind of investor are you? The reason why that's important is that if you are relatively young, so let's just say you're in your mid-20s or mid-30s and you are investing for income, then you need to understand what income you need. What is that number? Because understanding that will dictate what kind of companies you buy, how much money you need to invest to get that level of income. But if you're looking for growth, on the other hand, then that also will dictate what kind of companies you buy. You might decide that you buy some blue chip companies that are steady Eddie, that will pay you a dividend, but there isn't really going to be that much room for growth. And you might decide that you want to diversify the portfolio and go after some new entrants into the market that have great potential for growth. You need to understand these things, because you can't start on a road trip from here to Truro, for example, and I'm in the Midlands here in the UK, and that's a good probably 200-mile trip without a sat nav. You need to have a plan on how you're going to get there. The same applies in the world of investing. Whenever you invest, you need to have a plan. You need to have a goal that informs your plan. So that's very, very important. You need to know the answers to those two questions. The second thing that you absolutely need to understand is that when you buy shares directly into companies like Amazon, Disney, regardless of how big the company is, you still carry risk. And therefore, it's important that you diversify your risk. Now, how do you do that? It's simple. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And that has multiple meanings. It doesn't just mean investing all of your money in one company. It means also don't invest all of your money in one sector. And when I say sector, I mean industry. So for example, on the stock market, you'll have different sectors. You'll have tech, you'll have manufacturing, you'll have energy, you'll have financials, which will be banks. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket, in one company, in one sector. And unfortunately, it would be wrong to assume that if you own 3 or 5 stocks within your portfolio, that you're adequately diversified. That is incorrect. You need anywhere between 12 and 20 stock to be diversified across different sectors. So for example, it would be wrong just to buy Tesla, Apple, Facebook, and say Uber, for example. They are all within the tech sector. You need to buy, for example, Tesla, Apple. You need to buy a financial. So you might want to buy a bank like HSBC or Barclays. You want to go into manufacturing, for example, and buy a company in there. It's important that you understand how you're going to diversify your portfolio, because ultimately it means that you will spread your risk and give yourself a greater chance to achieve your goal, be that growth or be that income. Those are two things that I really wanted to share with you in this video, because I think the more and more of you who watch these videos and are interested in investing, there seems to be a bias towards pushing towards using apps like Trading 212, Robinhood, Free Trade. And in doing so, that path is fraught with a lot of pitfalls that you can easily fall into and potentially lose money. And my goal, again, is to give you guys information so you can make the best financial decisions possible. So those are just a couple of tips, guys, that will help you on your investment journey. One thing I have to say is, do not feel discouraged. Yes, maybe I've kind of burst a bit of a myth. Maybe some of you guys already knew this, but it's not really news to you. It may be news to some people who are watching this. So if it is, don't feel discouraged. These things take time. You know, you look at pop stars, you look at superstars, you see them when they've made a success of their careers. You don't see the hard work, the 10 years, the late nights, the sacrifices that they had to make to get where they are. And it takes time. So please don't feel discouraged. If you're beginning to invest, continue to do so. You're doing the right thing. It is absolutely the right thing. But know that it is going to take time, and enjoy the journey. Don't be too hasty for quick returns. You know, ease is the biggest threat to progress. What Denzel Washington said, that I love that guy. So please just bear that in mind. Nothing is meant to be easy. Enjoy the process. Take it as an education. If you want to hear more on the program that I have, where I'm helping people actively using Trading 212 and other people, then make sure that you leave a comment in the description. I will leave a link as well that you can click onto that will get in contact with me. You can join the program. But the whole idea is that I give you education, give you tips, things that you need to know to help you make the best of your stock market portfolio and help you build for the future. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any comments for me, and again, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear what you think of this. I'm sure that you've heard about dividend stocks before. Is this news to you, or did you already know this? How are you getting on with your journey? Investing on Trading 212, investing with Free Trade, investing with Robinhood. I'd like to know, what are the kind of things that you want to hear from me? I'm more than happy to do requests. I've got a number that I'm already going to be doing in the coming weeks. But guys, do communicate with me, leave a message in the comment, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. If you'd like to connect with me on IG, then my tag is right there. Feel free to connect. I make a point of answering every single one of the DMs that I receive. And if you've not listened to my podcast, it is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. It's where I talk about all things finance, not just investing, but everything to do with finance, and giving you practical tips that you can use on your day-to-day life. Then make sure that you do check that out. Until next week, guys, I will catch you soon. Have an amazing weekend.